Yo, what is going on everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with another video. Still in Miami. Got a really interesting topic for you guys today. I know a lot of you are like in the starting and initiating phase of launching your e-commerce business. So I'm gonna be talking about how you can actually scale that as fast as possible. I'm actually about to grab Jeff from JRGarage inside of there, who does a lot of e-commerce stuff, absolutely kills it with that. If you guys don't know who he is, you're gonna meet him in a second, but if you haven't joined the family yet, be sure to hit that nice looking subscribe button down below and drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. And let's grab Jeff. Hey, we're coming to you here. This is not a bed for all you weirdos, it's a futon.
It's less weird.
Yeah, it's less weird. What I wanted to come at you guys with this video, like I said while I was out on the balcony, Jeff is killing it. Mostly does stuff on eBay, but I'm gonna let him explain that. Jeff, what's a 30-second rundown? What is it you do? A little bit about your businesses and specifically around e-commerce.
In simple terms, I'm a serial entrepreneur, of course, as you guys already know, but a lot on e-commerce. Basically, it's just buying and selling, except we have built up a clientele of thousands of investors around the world, and we buy and resell rare collectibles to our clientele, and we use a lot of e-commerce. Of course, we rely on that to get our product out there, so it's very important, and we have some tips and tricks that we're going to share with you in this video.
Boom, we got it. It's interesting. The stuff that he does is a little bit further beyond drop shipping. You know, they actually hold a lot of inventory. I've seen some of it. It's insane, but they actually took kind of a business model and a previous existing business that was not online and put that online. All right, Jeff, so the point of this video is, you know, how can people actually scale their e-commerce business right away from the get-go? Like, you know, what are the things you learned and you had to overcome that, you know, if you had to do it differently and you're restarting right now, how would you do it?
Let's see, some big things are, you just gotta be aware of the market. I push that a lot. So many people go into
Okay, just keep going. That was kind of funny. My foot was just chilling.
So many people go into markets that they do not know. I always say, like, learn a market and know it inside and out so that you... Bro! Okay.
We're getting a lot done.
Once you become an expert on a certain market, then you have the ability to really be able to like target algorithms or just really produce and maximize what you're doing there. So like with what we did, we took a market, like he said, that wasn't even really online as much. Of course it was online in some degree, but we really took it even more out there and pushed it on eBay and other platforms. And since we knew the market, we were able to like dominate in the algorithms and shoot up to the top on search results and things like that to really make it successful. So I'd say knowing your market is huge, and then learning how to, like, you know, maximize it. And
yeah, finesse, exactly. One thing we were talking about a little bit earlier, he was explaining to me, is like being able to find a trend or a trend product, build off of it with a better product, and then beat them with, for at least eBay in this situation, with keywords.
Yeah, exactly. So one trend that we picked up on, I mean, back in like 2008, 9, 10, 11, when the economy wasn't good, people weren't trusting the US dollar. It was getting really weak, so people wanted hard assets, especially like gold and silver. So we picked up on that, and then we took that stuff online and made it into attractive packages, which people liked. It was kind of a fun way to invest in gold and silver, and it was something that hadn't been done before, and we really profited at that time and really started growing the business well. So finding a trend and executing, knowing when to execute.
Got to capitalize on the trends. You know, on this channel we talk a lot about trend products. You know, I've done videos on product research and everything, but it definitely comes down to testing. I mean, Jeff, have you had products that you thought would do well that didn't? Like, what's your opinion on, like, you know, product research? How do you find that, since I know this is different than like what a lot of these people do?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me if I've had like any huge failures or something with a product, and honestly, I have avoided a ton of them because I've done my market research, and that's huge. If you do your market research and know what's up, or do a couple tests, then you're not gonna fail big time. If you go all in on something that you're not sure about, you're setting yourself up for a possible big failure. But if you kind of test the market, which is totally simple to do, especially with e-commerce, you set up a little either store, or you just list a product in a certain niche or whatever, and then you play it out. If it works, it works. If the test works, then you can start to invest more time.
Exactly. You guys know, like, I preach that you can actually just throw a product on your Shopify store, test it, and if it doesn't work, kick it to the curb, get rid of it, you know. Exactly. It doesn't take that much to like market it, spend it, you know. For what he does, just post it on eBay. I mean, I don't really know too much about that side of things with all like driving traffic, you know. Are you actually doing paid advertising at all? Any Facebook ads?
So the way eBay works, eBay, it's huge about algorithm, and they swap it around a lot. When we first started, the algorithm played right in our favor, and we shot to the top so fast, faster than anyone else, and we dominated. And now they've switched it up a little bit, where they're targeting some bigger companies who actually have specific like deals worked out with eBay, at least I think. And, you know, sometimes you don't know about that stuff, but I think they have worked out a deal. So some of the smaller people are getting hurt a little bit, but it just goes up and down. But as for other paid advertising, we have our own shop. We have Shopify stores and private websites, and those we target with some Facebook ads, but it's a little harder with my industry because you're targeting people with ads
exactly
to buy really expensive stuff, so sometimes it's hard.
And so just out of personal curiosity, I think a lot of other people would be curious, how consistent are the results you're getting? Like, you know, you mentioned it goes up and down. How volatile is that?
It's more like broad swings. They change it up every once in a while. It's nothing crazy. Like if you're doing well with algorithms and you're at the top, you'll be staying there and doing really well for a while. I mean, some of our listings have been at the top for years and years and years, so it's consistent. And I would say it's really good. What in business class, I think it's called the Ansoff Matrix or Boston BCG or something, and it outlines the products. And you got like your cash cows, your stars. So it's always important to have the cash cows, the ones that have like, you know, sustainable market growth, but you have a position in that market, a market share that's pretty decent as well. They're just chilling there. You're making your money, low risk. It's just bringing cash in. So those I love, and those I have, so that works out great.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's really, you know, like you said, with how they shot up right at the beginning to the top, you know, organic search result. You can definitely apply that into e-commerce by just immediately scaling your traffic, you know, testing products, getting things going as fast as possible.
It helped that the market wasn't crazy saturated. We say it here all the time. You know, it's hard to do some of these drop shipping things that everyone is doing. So that helps a lot if your market's more cleared out. And
exactly, and I actually want to tell you this, I've been saying it to them, when you're actually picking a niche, I don't want something that has no competition, because if there's competition, that means there's money being made.
Can I pause both of you real quick?
All right, now that Kieran's done interrupting, they're putting together a private jet. Where are you guys headed to? Chicago, something like that?
Chicago, yeah, we're working on
Chicago,
we'll
put it together.
By the way, that matrix I was saying, it is indeed the Boston BCG. I knew it, business class coming in clutch. Thank you, Miss Dixon, shout out to you. But yeah, it basically just compares market share and market growth, and you have stars, problem childs, cash cows, and dogs. But cash cows and stars, that's where you want to hang out. Anyway, back to next topic, or what do you would.
But jumping back right on topic, specifically with like how to scale an e-commerce business fast, I want to get Kieran's opinion on this too. Come on, man. I can't put that shit in.
Yeah, you can.
But Jeff, specifically for Shopify dropshipping, I know you said you have a few Shopify stores. Is there anything you'd recommend? You know, a lot of these people are using Shopify as their platform. Yeah. What do you think is like the best little tips to scale immediately?
One thing I want to preface this with is you don't, boy, I keep saying we say it all the time, but it's true. We really emphasize the people who think they need thousands of dollars to start this stuff, or they need tons of money to grow fast. No, you don't. Oh, freak, your battery's done. Oh, crap.
Bummer. Whatever.
Okay, 30 seconds. You really don't. You really don't. So, again, like algorithms are huge. It's free to work algorithms. And if you can target things, you can really maximize your dollars. So that's important. You honing it in so that your dollars go far and don't come up short and you're just wasting them, because you can blow money really quick.
Exactly, you got to be careful with where you spend your money, especially if you have a limited budget when getting started. I say that with Facebook ads, that's why I don't really recommend focusing on that if you don't have any prior experience with it. With Instagram influencers, you know, start lower priced or whatever. That's like one thing I preach, you know, when getting into Shopify is like use Instagram influencers, because that's definitely where you can, at least in my opinion, use your money as effectively as possible. But now we're gonna get Kieran's opinion on this. I'm curious to see, I know he doesn't do a lot with e-commerce specifically.
What's up, baby?
But Kieran, I don't know if you know a lot about Shopify dropshipping, but e-commerce specifically, how would you recommend scaling a business on that end of things? You know, maybe, I know you do a lot of Facebook ads. What's your 2 cents on this? I know you hang around a lot of people who do this and you have a lot of connections, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, scaling any business just comes down to making more sales. That's what the word means. So whatever you got to do to grow your revenue, to grow your top line revenue, that's the goal, right? So I would say, depending on what niche you're in, depending on what platform you're using to drive your traffic and drive your sales, go all in. Make sure you are juicing it for, you know, everything that it has. Make sure you're, you know, getting every last sale out of that Facebook ad. Make sure you're getting every last sale out of that influencer shout out or whatever the case is. Learn how to do influencer shoutouts. That's absolutely massive. If you don't know how to do influencer shoutouts for Shopify dropshipping, like, you're gonna fail in dropshipping. So definitely, like, learn how to do that one way or another. And yeah, focus on one thing. So you can't be a master at influencer marketing and Facebook ads if you're just starting out. You know, they both take a lot of time and dedication to learn and become a master of. You certainly can down the road, but again, if you're just starting out, focus on one thing, go all in, and make sure you're learning everything that you need to know about that specific topic, and go from there.
I hope that video brought you guys some value. They dropped a couple of golden nuggets here. He's got his big stick. I don't. I'm holding this with my hand every single time.
He doesn't have a big stick.
Gotta. funny. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that nice looking subscribe button down below and drop a like if you enjoyed.
Subscribe to JR Business, because
hey, maybe
that business fire over there.
We got more videos coming over there.
Follow at
Bowls1.
Instagram.
But I hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.